Hello everybody, this is Havoc and welcome back to Tyranny. This is our RPG game that we have been playing a few episodes of. I'm really enjoying it. It's a fun game. It's interesting. There's still a lot of things I'm sure I'm very much missing in this game. So again, if you have any advice, things that I should be doing, things I shouldn't be doing, things of that nature, please do not hesitate to let me know in the comment section down below. Now, last episode, I asked you guys kind of the play style that you thought I should play as, and I didn't really think that I've been binge recording in order to, I'm be gone Friday through, this is today Saturday that this pops up. I'm gone until Sunday, so I can't really take your advice with this episode, but the next episode. So anything I ask within these last two episodes, please be sure to leave in the comment section down below, and I will be sure to address it. Now, we are supposed to go into this tent. Now, we are among the disfavored. And, hello, can I talk to you? Don't forget your manners around the Archon. So we're going to go talk to the Archon, trying to figure out how we can get this resolved before we lay this edict that kills everyone, because that's not really a good solution on how we want to do things. So let's go ahead and go in there. Hold down the M key to maximize the minimap, or the combat log window. Hello, chum. Yesterday you chided me for wishing to wait, now you suggest we delay even longer? Perhaps the voices in your skull ought to come at a consensus if you wish to be taken seriously. Graven Ash, that is the leader. We're agreeing with yesterday, you should be happy. We know you hate going into the battle without overwhelming odds, and this is the voices of Nerat. Okay, you know what, we're just going to go ahead and go in here.
That's 4 reports of avalanches in the mountains now. The Tiersmen can barely count past 9. They have neither the capacity nor the cause to close off the mountain passes. Either way, that leaves the 2nd and 4th cohort trapped outside the valley.
The Archon of War pounds his staff on the ground to punctuate his words. A large and imposing man to begin with, his profile is made larger still by his hulking suit of armor that hums with mystic energy.
Or it's the work of your perfidious Earthshakers. Only a fool would not suspect a traitorous Archon of poisoning the mind of his students with sedition. We would have killed the Earthshakers Guild for their master's treachery, but I'm sure you have some perfectly valid reason for allowing them to live as your pawns.
The Archon of Secrets passes a scepter between his hands and he speaks, twirling the rod in hypnotic circles. Emerald luminescence seeps from the seams of the Archon's ragged red robes. The glow is most noticeable where his neck ought to be. His mask seems to float and spin, never pinching or bending naturally.
Hey, watch yourself. When these two get going, you don't want to get between them.
Verse whispers fiercely as she beholds the Archons. I'm here, let's clear my throat.
I always know you've run out of things to say when you resort to mocking my vassals. If we are to speak of treachery, why is it that my scouts see the Scarlet Chorus warriors defecting back to the Vendrian Guard? Your fearsome reputation has gone flaccid, for it seems you cannot control your soldiers, or perhaps you simply choose not to.
Oh snap. My lords, the Fate Binder has arrived. The disfavored commander raises her voice, trying with little success to speak over the Archons. Perhaps we could table this discussion and let our guests
Speaking of strategic failures, who was it that insisted the valley would need only a token garrison? For some strange reason, we can't seem to recall which balding halfwit grossly underestimated the enemy.
Oh snap.
Thoughts?
By the way, we have a little bit of favor, but a little bit of wrath with Graven Ash and the voices of Nerat. Just a little bit of favor and absolutely no wrath. Just to get, you know what? We're gonna cough audibly.
And I thought you had left agents within these Tiersmen when they surrendered. Either you failed to see this coming, or you knew and let it happen. Incompetent or in cahoots, either way, this mess has your filthy stink all over it.
The Archon of War lurches forward, resting his weight on his war maul as the blue luminescence crackles around his armor.
We look forward to seeing you explain to Tunon why the Archon of War could not close the vice on this trivial little insurgency. When we are crowned the ruler of the Tiers, we shall have this place renamed to Ash's Folly, in your honor.
Holy Lord. Okay, are you two just about done? You've gained loyalty with First, you've gained wrath with Graven Ash, you've gained favor with the voices of Nerat. They bicker like children, do they not? The fifth eye's grating tenor pierces the tension in the tent, and all eyes land on the crimson spear. I meant only to say welcome. Welcome to our guest, the Fatebinder. The armor retainer bows with rushed inelegance, then rises to a salute, and not a moment too soon.
Did I give you permission to speak?
The Archon of War turns to you, his blue eyes wide with anger. The many portraits you've seen depict Graven Ash with a stern, unamused countenance. He is even more taciturn in the flesh. Apologies for the sudden entrance. I've traveled long to be here. We gained wrath with its favor,
How
wrath with Graven Ash,
wonderful
wrath
you
with
could
Scarlet
join
Chorus,
us, Quakebringer,
voices of Rat, favor with...
Executioner of Cairn. You grace us with your presence. He is hoping you have another edict for bringing childish Archons to heel.
My soldiers tell me you helped Commander Drotus on your way through Edring. You honor the court with your selfless cooperation, for that is the sort of camaraderie that Kairos demands of us all.
On the last of his words, the Archon of War glares at the voices of Nerat, furrowing his brow. Our Court North, thanks for doing my
Modesty is
sworn
your
duty.
prerogative, but
There we
know
go.
that cooperation and goodwill have been rarities of late. You do your Lord Tunon a great honor by aiding your cousins in the disfavored.
Yeah, so they really don't like me. We're 7% to tier 2, 79% in Wrath 1 to tier 2.
No, don't mind us while you trade your gushing praise. We're sure the Fatebinder has come because our company lacks in small talk.
Man, these guys hate each other. I come bearing an
Only
edict.
Yesterday you were proving your worth in battle, assisting my warriors in the siege of the bastard city. Now Kairos has chosen you for a second time to proclaim an edict. Tell us, good Fatebinder, what sort of punishment does the Overlord have in store for the Oathbreakers?
The Overlord's loyal servants must hold the Ascension Hall by Kairos' Day of Swords, or all in the valley shall perish. It seems you need some encouragement to work together. Kairos' edict will end the lives of everyone in this valley unless Ascension Hall is claimed by the Day of Swords. In honor of your incompetence and disarray, the edict will execute every living thing in the valley unless Ascension Hall is taken by Kairos' Day of Swords. Here we go. The earth sways with each word you utter, the air thickening with warmth as you pronounce the tiercely phrased commandment. It's every syllable drafted by the hand of Kairos. With the edict proclaimed, your pulse quickens, and the muscles in your legs, worn from a long trip, feel renewed, the tired limbs nearly buoyant with vigor. It has been issued.
The Overlord means to compel us into action. No doubt the avalanches in the mountains are part of this ultimatum. We must conquer the Oathbreakers or die in failure. There is no room for error, and no other way out of this valley alive.
That is correct. So it looks like we're now favor 2, 36% the way to tier 3, and only still in Wrath 1, which is
We'll need
perfect.
to advance across the Matani. We lose everything if we stand still. And we move to backup Plan Green. The Earthshakers didn't make it over the mountain in time. So we do this the hard way. Over the walls instead of through.
The Archon of War taps a finger against this temple. A low rumble escapes from under his
So you found your backbone at last! Oh, we were worried past humiliations would make you soft, timid. That was a record for you, right? The baker's dozen lost in one sortie. If you had waited for the chorus reinforcements, maybe we'd have eyes and ears on the matter.
Holy crap. Okay, so bicker all you wish. You're just wasting valuable time. Are you too daft? It is your indecision and bickering that necessitated this edict. Learn to work together or we're all doomed. We could do subterfuge. They call you the Archon of Secrets, but you certainly don't seem to know anything remotely useful.
Thought you had the memories of one of those Oathbreakers rattling about that bronze gourd of yours. Would Kairos' mighty spy master please enlighten this gathering of allies with some scrap of strategic insight?
Boom. It's hard not to be a dick towards this guy because he sucks. The Archon of Secrets turns his head to one side until the face of the mask is turned around and a new facet of the mask presents itself facing forward. When the next Archon speaks, the booming voice of an older man can be heard.
Cowards! If I were still alive, I'd freeze the blood as it runs in your veins. You may take the river, but you'll pay for it with your lives.
Oh snap, the Archon slaps a hand against his mask, rotating it until a new facet looks
Our
forward.
sources tell us the Oathbreakers had some sort of magical trick in store. But this knowledge is tinged with fear, trepidation. If we make a move for the Mitanni, we suspect the Oathbreakers will mount a counterattack that is equal parts valiant and futile.
So this is interesting. Because of our conquest, we recognize that voice. Hopefully that'll gain us at least some sort of favor, because we're almost to tier 3 with Wrath with the voices of Nerat, and I need to do something.
Yes, and that old codger put up quite a fight on the way out. Almost turned himself into a puddle to escape our interrogations. He's not the last of the Tidecasters, though. At the time of his death, there was another. A woman named Ebb. We believe she is one of the mages assisting these Oathbreakers.
Then enough talking, there's work to be done. Our lives hang in the balance because you two bicker like children. Now go solve this problem you started. No more sitting idle. I expect the disfavored to be on the march at once. Voices and Rat, I trust you are done acting the clown. I'll have your horde ready to march with all haste. There's work to be done. My Lord Barrack and his band have been drilled on the Echo Call assault plan. The Crescent Runners should be briefing him as we speak regarding the latest enemy movements along the river. I will dispatch him as much at once. The Iron Marshal salutes, clapping her gauntlet to her breastplate. And I will ensure that the chorus stands ready to march, and that his favored can take the river. The chorus has the manpower to secure the outer ring of the valley.
Our soldiers clamor for battle, and at last we shall have it. Verse. We command you to continue guarding the Fatebinder. Tunon's chosen is our honored guest, and must be shown our finest hospitality.
I won't let you down, boss. He'll get through the campaign in one piece, as long as he doesn't do anything too stupid.
The Archon twirls a scepter, then taps the fifth eye on the shoulder, and the two depart.
Finally, the fool and his puppet are gone. Perhaps now I can hear myself think. Rarely do I question Kairos' judgment, but I will never understand why the voices of Nerat is given such authority. I shudder to think what will become of us all should Tunon favor him in the end. Though the edict threatens the Scarlet Chorus just as it threatens us, I cannot shake the feeling that our allies will work against us. You've shown your worth in war, and your name has been known to the Legion since the very beginning of this long conquest. So I'd ask that you join us this one last time, to help us wrap up this last objective. If you wish to be counted amongst the glorious, speak with the Iron Marshal. She will direct the order of battle until we are ready for the final push into the Citadel.
I'm short a few scouts, short a few soldiers, short a few everything. I'm sure my brethren would be grateful for the assistance of a skilled outsider. And what of the Scarlet Chorus? How will they be helping? I would be honored to help or glare silently.
I ask myself that question often. While we take the river crossing, the Scarlet Chorus should be using their sizable presence to remove the Oathbreaker patrols lurking in the outer valley.
Alright. The Oathbreakers have maintained a sizable force outside the Citadel. We need the Chorus's manpower to scour the region, otherwise the Oathbreakers will attack at our heels once we cross the Mitanni. I would be honored to help. You've gained favor with the disfavored. Or with disfavored. Oh, I see it. Sweet. She pauses, clearing her throat, and though I am loath to mention it, the chorus can likely use your assistance. They certainly won't secure the outer valley on their own. Fifth Eye will be somewhere in that rat's nest they call a camp. Due east, seek him out if you must. Man, tensions are high. Now that you delivered a word of Kairos' edict to the armies, the time remaining until Kairos' Day of Swords appears next to the current date on the navigation bar. The terms of Kairos' edict must be met by this date. 8 days, are you freaking kidding me? We're screwed. The Battle Echo Call Crossing. Speak with the Iron Marshal Irenos. In this favorite camp, discuss how you should approach the battle for Echo Call Crossing. Is there anything in here? Broken Skull Mask, I'll take that. Anything? Anything else? Ooh, over here.
Good thing I keep a torsion wrench handy.
Look at that. Turquoise and Iron Walker gauntlets. Interesting. The battle report from the Echo Call Crossing blames the failure of the assault on the Scarlet Chorus. Their scouts failed to report critical intelligence about enemy composition.
I got it.
Alright. Super intense. These guys pretty much hate each other. They're only forced to fight together by Kairos himself. Alright. Let's get a little move on here. These guys look like they're important. Well, if it isn't the Fate Binder, Lucia. What can we do for you? Oh, that's right. We're good there. What about you? Oh, okay, same thing. Farewell. Farewell. Let's see, we've got some other places we can go chill at. That's an important person. Supplies are still holding up. Show me what you have to sell. It's not much, but anything you see here is yours for the right price. Inventory, we have... hold on. Let's look at our inventory. That's my journal. I don't need my journal. There we go. Alright, so we do have a whole bunch of random crap, though, don't we? What happened to all of our random crap? There we go. Okay, so that's all in my party stash. So let's talk to him again. What? Oh, I need to equip it into my inventory. Okie dokie. What does this give me? What is the benefit of this? 1.5 armor, 2.5 pierce frost armor, plus 8 unarmed damage per second. Let's go here. There we go. That looks cool. Wait, what? Oh, I see what's going on. I don't want that. But I will sell all of this stuff. Ceremonial Fate Binder boots. Vendril Guard Heavy Bronze Greaves. What does she have right now? That gives her Deflection 7, Recovery 0.2. Deflection minus 7%, so that actually doesn't do very much good. Only Verse can equip this. 0.5 armor, 0.5 crush, corrode armor. No. Whetstone. Vendrian Guard, heavy. No, we don't want that. Broken Skull Mask. Spare parts. We don't need quickness. I mean, there's not much of that I can really use right now. But just put all of this on there. And then I don't need a fine stone helm. I don't need any of that stuff. Masterwork. Oh, okay, I see. Earthshaker Staff. What is this? Two-handed. Damage, shock versus dodge. Oathbound dagger. Shield. I don't really need any of that. Let's go ahead and just trade. Give me that money. And we'll be good. Okay, so we have some dough. That's nice. Let's keep walking around. There's something down here. Ooh, a bronze shield. Don't mind if I do. We have a lot of things. Let's go explore and take all this stuff. Like I said, I'm really taking my time with this. I need to. I want to make sure that I'm really doing the best that I can to make this a good experience.
Can't do that.
Good thing I keep a torsion
Good
wrench
thing
handy.
she can.
That wasn't so hard.
What's over here? Aha. Take that grain. And there's apparently something over here that we can take. Let's move. I apparently can't take it. Okay, cool. That's alright. Oh, never mind. It's right there. Haha! Brilliant. Alright, let's move on. Who do I need to talk to? Do I need to talk to her? Him? Fatebinder Havok. Am I right? I am Sevius Commander in 3rd generation disfavored. Specifically, I'm Sevius the Younger. Some folks can't keep track. The rank says Commander, but lately just organizing patrols and trying to stay out of the way. You should talk to Iron Marshal if you have something official that needs discussing. Why do you think they haven't worked together? Seems like asking why be stink that the favor only too eager to deliver Kyrus' peace, while Scarlet courses bring only mayhem. You can tell me that Voice of the Rat has a plan, and I'll take your word for it. But the chorus sure seems to blunder around and never moving with purpose as we do. I wonder if we've been fighting the same war soldier. I've seen Ash yank his precious soldiers away from more battles than he's won. You want to call that progress? Be my guess. Unless we find a way to work as one, fear the Scar's chorus will step in front of Graven Ash's strategies at every turn as far as I'm concerned. It seems like the Voices of the Rat is here to amuse himself while the rest of us are here to do our job. Overheard you asking that Earthshaker where reinforcements have gone. Is that a problem? I'm afraid so. Radix, the head of the Earthshakers, was supposed to arrive with a group of the most competent slingers to help break the stalemate. I don't know what's holding up their arrival, and that worries me. If you were at all inclined to lend a hand, we could use some support our side. Sounds terrible, but I have other matters to attend to first. Wow. Dick. Okay, so we are moving right along. What does this do? That dude. Thank you for talking down. Close his throat, showing a flash of scowl. One good deed deserves another. While I have my shop up and running, I'll sell you provisions for a song and give you a proper bounty on any odd bits of weaponry you find, provided that you keep standing up from each of those iron goods trying to rough me up a second time. You were lucky with us before, merchant. Take care that you don't challenge your luck again. Okay, so, oh, we gotta put everything from our inventory. What does that do? +1 vitality. We do need that lesser healing potion and agate. Okay, what can we get here? Healing potion would be good. Camping supplies. Sigil of guarded form. What is this? Hero's insignia. Iron Walker helm. Healing potion probably would be good. A lesser healing potion. We could probably do that. How much do I have? Oh, Lord. That's okay. I'll do it. That gives me some good stuff. Alright, sweet. So we could go... What is this? Does this tell me where it goes? That's the thing. Like, I don't know where I'm going. Map? I guess we'll just go there and find out. Oh, here we go. Okay. So we can go to the Scarlet Chorus's camp. But we also need... Oh, we gotta talk to someone. Hold on. There was someone important. Iron Marshal. Yes, we gotta talk to her real quick. And then we'll be on our way. We have our journal. Taking the Outer Valley. Let's move. Here we go. Don't just coddle the impact. Push back with your shield. Take the momentum. Field commander pounds her fist in the air. She calls out to the warriors in the training field. Set eyes on your opponent's waistline. If you spend more than a glance checking his footwork, you've lost. Turns to you, adjusting her pale golden coat. She clears her throat. Need to stay on top of the troops when their skills will rust. It's for their own good, even if they don't believe it. As mentioned, you're sure on warriors need help. What's the situation? I have brigades amassing along Placid, Echo Call, and Littletooth Crossing. The Varendrain Guard may be able to hold one bridge, but they cannot hold against a concerted three-prong attack. I have the right to give orders, but we all die to Kyrus' edict should we fail. I'm not about to let my pride blind me to the value of good help. This is the second major attack on the river. What happened last time? To feed in detail, we carved a bloody path up to the river, but at that point, everyone who charged ahead was lost. We had no course backup, just a few disfavored squads. I can't tell you exactly how well they're defeated, but we lost the whole assault team. She shakes her head, letting out a long, pained sigh. We found bodies washing up in the river for days. It's not often Tearsmen put up such a good fight. Certainly made us reevaluate the number we'll take in this valley. Really? Are you sure our scouts didn't give you all sorts of details about the enemy and you just chose to disregard the warning? We can pass out blame after the war. Only the Oathbreakers matter now. Quite right, getting our emotions back in the mix won't hasten this campaign. I will assist. Then our plan might just work. She lifts her gauntlet close to her face, shifting her eyes from you to the metal articulations. We are loath to work with those who do not share our training and our values, but we know that Tunon, the educator, selects only the most capable minds for his court, and I trust you will honor us all on the field. Antio will be leading the charge at Echo Call Crossing. Assisting you will be the Barrack of Stone Shields. She points to a heavily armored soldier standing sentry at the edge of the training field. Before you ask, no, the Forgebound weren't sloshed on Dappleseed when they fitted his armor. He survived the full force of the Edict of Storms, and his armor doesn't exactly come off. Tactically, it's quite brilliant, but otherwise something of a curse. Tapping your helmet twice signals to the hulking presence. Barrack, come meet the Fatebinder. The soldier that steps up to you better resembles an amalgamation of rusted blades and mismatches pieces of armor fused into a vaguely human shape. He reeks of sweat, feces, and whatever oil treatment keeps him flexible.
Fatebinder, the Iron Marshal has tasked me with keeping you alive, and I have no intention of disappointing her. That should be enough assurance for anyone.
An honor.
Likewise, good Binder.
The soldier heaves a heavy iron arm onto a salute, his whole body clanging as he wrapped his gauntlet against the twisted sheets of metal that form his breastplate.
Is that you under there? I had no idea you were in Vendrian's well. Fatebinder, do you know this walking anchor?
You two know each other?
Well, that is to say, yes. I'm already as familiar with this ironclad halfwit as I care to be.
She regards Barrack with a
We
mixed
don't have time
look.
to trade jabs today, Verse. After the siege, you can throw as many tantrums as you please. I suggest that we remain focused on the mission.
No offense to the mission, but seeing you looking like a garbage heap and reeking of a mass grave is more amusing by far. Did you forget how to don your armor, or did Graven Ash leave you out in the rain?
Barrack sighs, a frustrated growl shaking his iron enclosure of a suit. Okay, well, that's not an approach. I know him as well as I knew anyone during
That
the
can
conquest.
change. When the tiers are fully under...
That's great.
Forget the Fallen. I know a great brothel in Lethian's Crossing where we can watch something rise, then fall, then rise again.
Oh, snap. Fatebinder will be joining us for the push across the river. I figured an extra hand might help. More importantly, if my worries come true and the course tries to impede the mission, we will have an observer from the court
Better to
on our
work
side.
with the Honorable Binder than some chorus children.
He nods to you, his armor creaking as he bends his neck. I ask that Barrack accompany you to arbitrate the cooperation between his company and the Scarlet Chorus. Echo Call is now unlocked. Barrack, you've been without a cohort since the last battle of Stalwart. It's time we gave you a task more worthy than hauling wagons and leading training drills. She plants her hands on her hips and speaks in clipped official terms. Ash has assigned you to the Fatebinder service. You're to assume this task is ongoing until we find a more permanent spot for you, which could well mean the swiftly approaching end of this war, or when the Fatebinder dismisses you. Is that understood? He nods. Regards the Iron Marshal in oppressive silence. That's an order, Barrack. Shakes her head and sighs, returning focus to you. He can be as stubborn as pulling a spire out of the earth, but he's a good soldier. Hope you don't mind the company. I'm honored to have a member of the Iron Legion at my side. Gain favored with the disfavored. You've gained loyalty with Barrack. End the conversation. Sweet! Okay. The Battle of Echo Call Crossing. Where is it? We need to meet with Antio at Echo Call Crossing. We need to speak. We already did that. Okay. And then Vendrian's Well. We need to explore Echo Call Crossing for clues of the missing shipment of iron as well. That works. You. So he is pretty much a brute. Attack and strength plus endurance. We'll go ahead and do that. Over here, he has the ability to Punisher, strike at a single enemy, dealing significantly increased damage to the target engages Barrack, or issue a mocking invitation, challenging enemies to attack Barrack. That's actually a pretty cool one, but I think we will go with... oh, he already has that. Okay. I see. fierce demeanor requires 1 talent point. He becomes an intimidating force on the battlefield. Enemies nearby Barrack have their resolve reduced. Gain a chance to attack enemies as they engage you. Increase one-handed, two-handed with me. We're going to go with this one. Very much so. Does she have... Oh, she has talents. And I think so do I. Sweet. Okay, so she's a duelist, so we can do... She moves quickly about the battlefield, too quickly for enemies to engage her. Mocking Iron taunts her foe, engaging them and forcing them to attack her for a brief time. When an enemy strikes first, she gains a passive bonus to dodge and parry skill until combat ends. After a kill, will strike twice with her attacks for a short time. Huh. I want Furies. Oh, I guess I don't have. I thought we had some stuff. Never mind. Cool. Got them all up and loaded. You.
Slow and steady.
Oh, here we go. These are our party AI members. Camping supplies. Camping will remove all wounds, so that is the benefit of camping.
Right.
That works. Alright, well, let's just go ahead and head to the map. We do need to go to the Scarlet Chorus's place. I mean, we might as well. It'll take you 2 hours. So that's where the idea... The path is blocked by a small group of Vendrian Guard. You can go no further until you deal with them. Haha! I see how this works. Bring it, sucker!
That's far enough, Fatebinder.
A woman's voice booms from atop a nearby outcropping. Flashes of aquamarine body paint peek out from under her loose-fitting traveler's garb. Her outfit is festooned in braids and knots of sailor's line. Flanked on either side by warriors dressed in Vendrian Guard regalia, the woman leans on an elaborate bladed staff pulsing with arcane energy. A swath of blue fabric rests draped over her arm.
Did the voices of Nurat send you to gather my head and complete his collection?
Oh, it's
if so,
Ebb.
we'll have to save our tussle for another time. Today I have business. Vengeance can wait.
All right.
You may have consigned my school to a fate worse than death, but you've done well by the Vendrian Guard. Many of them are alive today thanks to the truce you forged years back. They seem to think you have a trace of nobility in you. Here's hoping they're right. In accordance with ancient customs north and south, I offer and request a delay of blade. There are matters we must discuss without fear of reprisal.
The woman bows deeply, lowering her head in a practiced display of etiquette. These warriors by her remain in steady stance, their nerves clearly on edge. In accordance with ancient customs, I abide by this troop. You have me at a disadvantage. You would detain a Fatebinder, the Archon, injustice, unwise. Run while you can. You know what? I'm going to do this.
As is our custom, we are ready to kill to defend our lands, but we kill only in fair battle. We don't slay our prisoners. We know this isn't Kairos's way, but we must have hope. A few of my kin have gone missing, and though they may have perished, I have to inquire on the off chance they still live. If Captain Tarkus Deimos still lives, we would negotiate for his release.
Alright, so we could lie and say that he's dead. Deimos is with the chorus now. He was found at Edgering Ruins. We let him go. That name means nothing to me, assuming he's our prisoner. So, for now, I want to be kind of a good guy. I want to try to save as many people as possible. I don't want to be a dick and kill everyone. At least not with this time around. So I think I will go with the chorus.
If we see him again, it will have to be as enemies.
We are building a reputation. She looks to the warriors to either side of her, shaking her
If I may
head.
make one more inquiry. What of Palox Tyrell? Did he survive?
Yeah, he's dead. She nods slowly, saying nothing for a long moment.
My apologies, Fatebinder. I had a terrible feeling this errand was in vain from the start. I had no expectations that our friends could be saved, as I'm sure the time for swapping prisoners is long gone. But at least I know of what became of them. That'll have to be enough.
I have some questions for you.
I will entertain them as best I can. After all, understanding is the only hope we have. What is it you wish to know?
Why did you resist
Bent to Kairos, and if I'm going to bow to someone, let it be another Tearsmith. We've ruled ourselves just fine for centuries, so we'll give our lives so that our sons and daughters might rule themselves.
The younger realms were beset with constant battle. You prefer that to Kairos' order?
You make conflict sound like a bad thing. Yes, the younger realms saw frequent battles, but it was never this wholesale slaughter like we've seen of late. No Tearsman ever cast an edict on the soil, or forced prisoners to kill each other, or butchered beastmen tribes.
But a mage like you would not be the subject of superstition and fear in
I doubt
Kairos'
life is any
reign.
better sworn to some mad Archon. I'd rather stand with my fellow Tearsmen, or I suppose, stand immediately behind them in the event of an attack.
That remark, the soldiers flanking her exchange shocked looks. She turns her focus to her
you
companions.
heard me. Way things were years back, you'd all be calling me a water witch and conspiring to sell me out to the nearest sage. Just because I'm helping you stop Kairos doesn't mean I've forgotten the hospitality of ages past.
Oh,
And
snap.
people wonder why the Tearsmen could never unite in time to fight back. It's refreshing to see that some things never change.
Let me ask of something else. How do you and your friends overthrow
I
the
would joke
garrison?
that the voices of Narat left the gate unlatched, but dozens of warriors lost their lives taking the citadel. There was no secret to it. We simply attacked with speed and certainty at a time when the Archons were elsewhere in the tiers. The Scarlet Chorus had a rout, and what few disfavored soldiers were present made an impressive showing. But they were surrounded and overwhelmed once the chorus fled.
Awesome. Who's in charge of the
Listen,
insurrection?
Shifu, thinking just like the Overlord wants you to think. There always has to be a person in charge, or things don't make sense. Well, we don't answer to anyone. We are each of us sons and daughters of the Tiers, and take this task upon ourselves freely. But Captain Tarkus Ari, former Falksman of Queen Vendry and Alanta, is the voice we trust when we seek unanimity.
Nice, we're getting information. I assume Tarkus Ari and Tarkus Demos are relations?
Yes. Deimos was Ari's brother. We were certain he was dead, but the captain takes family seriously. So I volunteered to find some answers.
Were there
That is our way,
volunteer or
Binder.
prisoners swapped in the past?
Here in the south, only thugs and bandits kill prisoners. The younger realms may be guilty of constant fighting, but we never slay each other in the battle.
Interesting.
As a rule, Kairos' forces haven't been keen on swapping prisoners. But I know our disfavored prisoners aren't prisoners anymore. I just assumed, fair enough, the edict. I can feel its magic coursing through the air. Everyone can. But those of us enlightened to the currents of magic feel it most. The wording of the edict. What was it?
Interesting. You know what? Or all in the valley will perish. I'm pretty sure that means like everyone. Including Ebb and her people.
In the name of the vaunted North, the will of Kairos should be delivered with blade and hammer, not to the ears of oathbreakers and compromisers.
That's alright.
Curious. You did say all in the valley. So the edict will affect Kairos' forces? This is most unexpected. So if the armies don't get us, the edict will. Well, thank you.
We had to lie.
I suppose it's good to know our days of anticipation will... I've another question.
Are we really standing here and chatting with Oathbreaker?
When I
Yes,
was
we
young,
are.
my parents told me the Tiers were special, and the
I wanna
Overlord's
know everything.
edicts and armies could never touch us. Seems I've been told a hefty sum of lies. So answer this honestly for me, please. Is it true that Tunon's fate binders can smell truth from falsehood? And Kairos'
Yes.
edicts. I have heard the sages speak at length that some of the edicts elsewhere in the world have been broken. How is this?
Let's see. It varies based on the wording of the proclamation. If Kairos provides a clause allowing each in, that clause can be satisfied. The Overlord has some control over how it lingers. Kairos only knows the exact details. We're going to go with lore.
Ah, so some edicts are forever. The rest are, as long as Kairos has in mind? Needless to say.
That's true.
And one more mildly self-indulgent question, but I simply must know. Kairos, male or female?
The Overlord is mother and father. The question is
Fine,
irrelevant.
fine. I've heard you'll forgive, I hope, the questions.
I'm hoping we'll be
The
able to
Overlord
use
and
her
his
in the
Archons
future.
used to be things of legend. Now they're everyday maladies, and I'm eager to separate the truth from the lies I've been told by house and guild. In accordance to our most ancient customs, Let us depart in honorable accord. May peace find you, Fatebinder.
Awesome. There's something up here.
Right. Sorry, I can't.
Maybe, maybe not. Apparently there isn't, but there is something
Sorry,
back here.
I can't.
You can make out the faintest outline of a soldier's arm in the bottom of this pond, a victim of the previous battle of the area. That's gross. Alright, so we continue on. Scarlet Course. It will take you 32 minutes. Alright. So we are here
Sorry,
now.
I can't.
Yeah, you
Sorry,
can.
I can't.
Don't ever say you can't. Have more trust in yourself. What is this? A broken staff. All is well and good, as you can tell. Not quite as orderly. The guard places her hand on her belt as you approach, gripping the hilt of the blade. Past this point is chorus territory, and you know, like some conscript. You sure you're in the right place? I am Havok. Fatebinder Tunon, I'm here to vanquish the Oathbreakers. You know, I think I was told to expect somebody, but you seem too ugly to be him. Her lips crumple into a smirk. Why exactly should I let you in? And more importantly, what is this hulking ton of iron doing here? His favorite thought, I need a miner and I don't want to hurt his feelings. He's an allied warrior in my guard. You don't want to make an issue of this. That works. Fine, just come in. I'm sure the Fury will get you got if it's really a problem. You're daggum right, son. What is this? Scroll. Read the scroll, we get 32 lore. We discovered a new sigil. So, the Sigil of Illusion. Those who master the Sigil of Illusion are skilled in the arts of deceit and trickery, using its powers to misdirect and confuse their targets at critical moments. Only decided by combat mages derided by combat mages for its inability to kill outright. Those who specialize in illusion know its powers can turn the tide of any battle. It merely requires someone smart enough to know how to use it. So we could do that. What would Spectral Blur do? Hold on, guys, real quick. Alright, I'm back. Okay, so that gives 30% graze deflection, 30% hit deflection. Recovery, 2 seconds total. Mask the target and a blurred illusion, making them harder to hit. That would honestly be really good for one of these guys to do, but I am going to actually give it to myself. And we'll be good from there. And these guys don't have anything. So might as well, I guess. Okay, cool. So, the Scarlet Course. We have favor with them. Once we get up to a certain point, we get 5%. Precision on targets below 35 health. If we ever to get it favor with 5, we get Rooted and Terrified Affliction for 6 seconds. Now, Wrath, if we get up to 3, plus 30 defense against bleeding and burning. That's interesting. So even if we get that, we still get good things that help us. It's a little strange, but that works. Let's go explore elsewhere. Fifth Eye. The Binder of Tunon arrives, squealing with teenagers. Timber, the Fifth Eye's voice makes your gut itch from your fingernails feeling and your fingernails feel in need of a trim. And we just finished having a bit of sport with some cactus, but worry not, we'll have more fun with another batch momentarily. Dressed in the bronze red regalia of crimson spears, the Fifth Eye beckons you to stand close, wagging a blood-spattered glove. Now that you have issued the edict and doomed us all to die, have you come to help us climb out of this hole? Chirps of laughter emanate from under his mask. We need to work together to stop this edict. But of course you are Tunon's concubine, not mine. I envy your long leash and hope you will grace us with your prowess, if only to set an example for the rabble. We know the Oathbreakers are focused and citadel beneath the mountain spire, but we have learned this is not their only nest. He wags a hand in the air with a high-pitched squeal of displeasure. Given their pattern of attacks, they must have a second group maintaining camp here in the outer valley. Unless we deal with this second group, they'll attack from behind the moment we cross the river. You have how large a force for all these weeks you've let the enemy move freely through the valley? I'm hurt. Insult my manners or maturity, but do not insinuate that I sit idle when there's blood to be shed. He clasped his fists together. We have dealt with countless Oathbreakers, but one group remains at large despite our best effort. Captain Polox's crew consistently evades or kills our own gains. So you need help taking out these Oathbreakers. And while a good old-fashioned slaughter would be an efficient solution, the smarter answer is not to kill them but add their strength to ours. My last group of scouts ventured with a new batch of prisoners, and one of these prisoners claims she can lead us to the Vendrian Guard's secondary camp, though there are shreds of deception in her voice. I could use your help questioning this Varia Cal. Perhaps you can get less screams and tears and more useful information out of her. If we knew where the ambush the Oathbreakers, we could try to take your captain and show the wisdom of joining the chorus. Are a few more conscripts going to change anything? It seems wires are just to kill them. But that is our way. We offer redemption even to those who have harmed us. Besides, I am not truly interested in any old conscripts, but rather one specific one, their leader. Captain Pollux Florian is one of the finest warriors the Vendrian Guard have left. It is double the injury to take from your foe while adding to their own clan. I will speak to with the prisoner. I will meet you there. She is waiting by the other prisoners. And that is it, guys. We have taken the Outer Valley. We only have 8 days left, so we really have to figure out how to use our time wisely. But I think taking this outer camp and the Outer Valley will actually help us in the end to take the Citadel. So that I really want to focus on that. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to interrogate the prisoner, and we'll see how it goes from there. But hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. This is Havoc, or Havok, and I'm out of here. Peace!